So what is a spell? A spell is a work of art, first of all. It's kind of like a mandala. Any Wiccan or pagan ritual is very much like a mandala. It is a sacred work of art that comes into being for the moment and then disappears in the sands of time. It's swept away. But it reverberates through other dimensions. A spell is very much like a prayer. The difference, though, is that you're not praying to a deity that is beyond, that is outside of the world. You are going to a divinity that is beyond you, greater than you, that is the sum of all, or a specific deity, a specific aspect of the deity, a healing or a love or a work deity, right, for the purpose of what you want to accomplish. But you're also going to the well of your own inner grace, your own inner power. And the purpose of a spell is to dip into that well, which is done through the form of the spell, the way in which you create the spell, the work of art, which is the spell. You dip into your creative divine gifts and you bring them up and out, and they're kind of an offering to the world, to yourself and to the world and to the sacred in the world. And then we act in accord. The essential magical ingredient of casting any spell is that we act in accord. You don't wait for the check to arrive in the mail. You go out and you look for a job, right? You don't wait for the plants for the crop to plant itself. You have to plant the seeds and you have to take care of it. So it's an earth religion. So it's not about just waving a magic wand and praying and having the duck come down. It is about being engaged and being alive and fully participatory in your life. The old model of spellcasting was a lot like the old model of magic. It was very mechanistic. People will buy a book, open it up, and figure if they buy the ingredients and read the spell and do it at the time of day that they're told, it's like pulling a lever and the candy bar will come down. Well, there are mechanics, there are quantum mechanics, and there are mechanical laws in the universe. But the universe is not a machine. That's the old model. That's Newton's physics. Those days are over. 3 dimensions, Newton physics, machinery works. It's great. Lights, you wouldn't be, electricity, you wouldn't be watching me without Newton's laws. But there are more than those. And spellcasting understands. Modern spellcasting, sacred spellcasting, spiritual spellcasting understands that it is an interaction based upon a living universe. It's not a machine. It's alive. It's divinely alive. And so when you cast a spell, you can't command it. You can't direct it. You can't manipulate it like it's a machine. You engage with it. The energy with which you work when you are casting a spell is divine. Some of it's yours, some of it is greater than you. And it requires a partnership. It means reverence, respect, and above all, gratitude. Gratitude. So in a certain sense, it returns to the idea of prayer where you are deeply respectful. You are grateful for the gifts that you have and the gifts that you're given. And when a spell doesn't work, you remind yourself that there's a greater pattern at play. There's a greater pattern at play. The other caution when doing spellcasting is you have to remember that the unconscious energies get tapped into and can be released when you cast spells.